month-long break is finally over. The Olympic stars have returned, and two Northwest soccer rivals are ready to get going at Seattle Center Memorial Coliseum. Hello again, fans. Bill Swartz, along with University of Washington women's soccer coach Leslie Gallimore. The lead official looking at his watch, Mr. Mendoza. Seattle all-time in the stadium against Portland is 2-2-1. 4-2-6 all-time. The Thorns lead the series. Here's a pass going ahead for Matthias, and it's right-footed over the end line for another corner kick, the third of the match for the Seattle Reign. Raising her right arm is the product of Japan, Naho Kawasumi. Line drives it, and a nice snatch that time right in the goal box by Michelle Betos. And
Lou does
we'll
a good job to solve the
yes,
pressure
she
there.
did, absolutely. But Portland interrupts again on a long pass diagonally intended. Seattle, though, keeps possession. Little, a pass into the box and having to come out and gather it, but now losing it. And Betos finally collects it with the ever-present Naho Kawasumi right in her grill. Eventually blocked by a Portland defender. Here's an interception by Seattle. Kim Little will run it down the throat of the Thorns defense. Right foots it ahead to Fishlock, who takes a shot, and it's just right of the mark.
That's the kind of aggression you like to see from the Reign. Sometimes they tend to overpass a little bit in the box, and sometimes you do what Jess Fishlock just did. Make that dynamic slashing run into the box and just try to get your shot off and get the strike off and put them under even more pressure.
Great anticipation. You talked about the key three midfielders for Seattle, and that time ahead to Yanez, who shadows off a defender, flicks it back to Winters, and now way on the right wing to Naho Kawasumi. There's a cutting pass intended, and a goal for the Seattle Reign. The left footer. Manon Mellis scores in the 27th minute for the Seattle Reign.
Just what the doctor ordered. Ball comes out wide. You weren't going to go down the middle of the Thorns. Ball comes out wide to Naho. You'll see it in a minute here on the replay. Perfectly timed ball right between the goalkeeper and the back line, and then you see that lightning pace of Manon Mellis and a great one-time finish.
Here's who we
Naho
have it again.
looks up, chips it over, perfectly placed in between the PK spot and the goalkeeper. One-time finish, 1-0 Reign. We love it.
Clinical finish that time. Really didn't give the sliding Michelle Betos an opportunity. Went upstairs and over the sprawling goalkeeper. They finally do intercept it, but all the way in their back third defensively. That would look like a tripping foul. The official lets it play on. Lindsay Horan went down in a heap. Here's Naho Kawasumi, right-footed, and just barely flicked away by diving goalkeeper Michelle Betos, that was currently sitting second in the league table behind the Washington Spirit. They won yesterday. Here's a right-footed shot by Heath that sliced off her.
Did a little bit and it spun off to the right.
Making her sixth start of the year, Haley Kupmeyer. The goal kick is taken away, back by Portland. Ooh, left-footed shot through a defender's legs, but Kupmeyer had great position.
Washington's a tarhead. Oh, did I say that?
Here's Kawasumi.
But she's got the right last
Looking
name, so
for
we
Kim
hired her.
Little, racing ahead of the Portland defense. Wants somebody in the box. It's Jess Fishlock. The header is just over the crossbar.
What a great ball by Kim Little to find Jess Fishlock at the top of the box.
Her left-footed is stolen by Tobin Heath and out of play. That should be a throw. The assistant official did not see it for some reason. Instead, it's stolen by Mellis. The chip shot is in the back of the net.
Well, as Laura Harvey saw the ball go out of bounds right in front of her and was complaining about it, the rest of the team kept playing.
Yes, they did. Lesson learned. 50th minute, a brace for Manon Mellis, who got the steal and went coast to coast.
Just as we talked about Emily Sonnet and this young back line, there's a little bit of a distraction with the possible ball going out of bounds, and here you see the back pass. Emily Sonnet turns to play it, and Manon Mellis with that speed gets the best of her. I don't think she saw her there. That's a mistake by the young Sonnet. Put her hand up right away and acknowledged it.
Well, now we'll see what Portland does if they bring more firepower on, trailing 2-0, and they have not given up multiple goals much at all, if any, this season. Tobin Heath is shadowed by three defenders, but finds Nadia Nadim. weaves her way almost to the end line, continues the possession, and finally a slide tackle, deflects it over the end line.
Yeah, you risk the foul, you risk going to ground and the player still being standing when you're down, and Fish does a good job to put it out there, but now.
Volleyed out of there by Haley Kopmeyer on the header by a Portland player. Dangerous opportunity for the Thorns to try and inch closer in this match in the 64th minute.
And she took a hit to the head after that, I believe.
We'll get a closer look at it here.
That ball bouncing around, and Kopp does a good job when guarded and screened of coming out and slapping it away. And then she kind of takes a little either knee or just body to the head.
He's lurking far post. Instead, it's an in-swinger that's deflected and off the corner of the post by Little on a right footer, almost 3-0.
Almost an own goal at first, and then
glancing off a Portland defender to Kawasumi, and now to Winters, and they'll play tic-tac-toe passing over here. Instead, Naomi goes into the box, and again, here's Kim Little lurking, looking for an opportunity by a teammate cutting to the ball is Winters, and couldn't get anything on it, and it goes just to the side. Portland with possession in the offensive end. Megan Rapinoe coming up, putting a little body shiver that time on Allie Long. Here's a weak shot into the waiting arms of Haley Kopmeyer, who's looked solid in goal today.
Probably a good no call there. Third goal would have been a nice little insurance piece, but
the pocket of defender Emily Sonnet and scored. And here is a Portland goal. A right-footed tally coming in the 90th minute. And I did not see from our position, it looks like it might have been Allie Long that got the right footer on the outside and into the corner, beating Haley Kopmeyer. It is getting fives. It is Allie Long coming in to make it a match now.
That ball gets played in. The Reign are probably Thorns.
There's Nadim stepping in and Tsutsugi to get it away for Seattle.
Now
Kim
this
Little
should do it.
kicks it way ahead to Fishlock. One on nobody, a breakaway. Instead crosses it to Rapinoe. Here comes the shot. It's in! Hello.
And here we see the vintage Laura Harvey celebration. Everyone happy for Pino. Everyone happy for the nail in the coffin.
Wow.
Well, if you want to be treated to some bizarre soccer, watch the last 45 seconds of this game. The official still has not blown the whistle, by the way, for the end of the match. There's a lot of emotion around that. We're just talking about end-to-end and Jess Fishlock with the bad giveaway. Portland loses it at the other end, and this break by Kim Little to Megan Rapinoe, left foot, nothing but the side of the net. The number one finger, the Reign badge, and her buddy Ellie Reed coming off the bench to give her a big hug, followed by pretty much the rest of the Reign bench.
Boy, was that a special moment. Highlight, perhaps, of the season. She can stand there and hold it and probably run it out. And there is our final whistle from referee Rosendo Mendoza.
Well, that was one of the more odd endings to a game that I've seen.